Welcome back, guys, to another video. This time, let's talk more about Tesla. We got a lot of pretty big news that's coming in, especially about the share prices and also acknowledgement that Tesla is in the lead of the EV market. We also have some pretty exciting neighborhood stuff from the Tesla solar roof, and it's gonna be a pretty cool video, so definitely stay tuned to the very end, especially how recently Tesla stock has been going up because of the inclusion into the S&P 500. Everyone seems to want a piece of Tesla, and a lot of people are not selling shares, and the share price has pretty much stabilized at roughly the high 400s, and occasionally it did hit $500, so we could be seeing Tesla just hovering at $460 billion for a very long time. Now, our first thing that we're talking about is General Motors. So GM even acknowledges that Tesla is leading in the EV market. They said that they're formidable competitors. And GM pretty much wants to beat Tesla at their own game by making one of the best electric cars in the world. Now, Toyota at this moment is saying that Tesla should not be worth that much. Toyota has this weird kitchen analogy where they say like they're way better than Tesla, and consumers go to Toyota because they get a lot more different cars to pick from. Now, one of the biggest things about this is Toyota at this moment isn't really researching heavily in electric vehicles. Once again, a lot of people still don't think that Tesla is justified at $400 to $500 billion because they don't sell that many cars compared to, for example, Toyota. A lot of people look at Tesla as simply a car manufacturer and not a battery manufacturer and not an autopilot manufacturer and not a driver's insurance company. So that's just something that people just don't factor in. And just Toyota's CEO alone just tells you that a lot of major executives and a lot of big hedge fund managers out there, the reason why they're shorting Tesla, they're betting Tesla stock goes down, is because they simply value Tesla at the amount of cars they sell. General Motors recently launched a $27 billion EV offensive. The whole reason why they did this is to pretty much compete with Tesla. And since Tesla is the gold standard in the EV market right now, you have a lot of people trying to compare themselves with the overall company. It's kind of funny that a few years ago, everyone just said Tesla would not succeed. Now everyone is simply wanting to side with Tesla and compare their companies with Tesla and Musk. And at this current moment, you do have a lot of people in GM. They're trying to set out with some pretty ambitious electric vehicle plans, especially with Joe Biden being our president. We'll be seeing a pretty big push into EVs and also electric vehicles in general. Just to keep that in mind, because there will be a pretty massive push to cleaner energy and less fossil fuels. So there could be major incentives if you buy an electric vehicle, for example. And this is why a lot of companies like General Motors, they know what's up. The only way to survive in this competitive EV market is to simply make a bunch of really good EVs. Now, on Thursday, November 19th, GM announced that it will be offering 30 all-electric vehicles by 2025. That does sound kind of scary. In the next 5 years, GM will probably have more different car variants and brands than Tesla. But don't sweat it. I did look through a lot of this different stuff. One of the biggest things that a lot of these major car manufacturers do not factor in is they're not really factoring in autopilot. There's no word about autopilot. They're not factoring battery production. No word about that either. So those are the two biggest things. Yes, in the next 5 years, every single company, even Toyota, will probably be making electric vehicles. This isn't a big surprise, especially how fossil fuels are slowly dying and more people simply want to have EVs because they're so much cheaper, less maintenance than a combustion car. And the biggest thing that every other company has that Tesla doesn't have is they have a ton of brands. They have a lot of money being poured into electric vehicles. But what Tesla really has that beats everyone else is they have battery production in the next 5 years, and they also have autopilot that will be totally revolutionary in the next 5 years. Sure, GM is offering 30 all-electric vehicles. That's way more than what Tesla offers. But is GM manufacturing batteries in the next 5 years? There's no word about it. Ford even said that manufacturing batteries is really important, but they don't have a plan to do that. So guess toss that out the window. And is GM and Ford and other companies doing really good autopilot and robo-taxis and software? They're not. They're just making electric vehicles. So you don't really factor in all those tiny things. At this current moment, still a lot of car manufacturers just simply look at the electric vehicles themselves and not look at the accessories and also the side branches from EVs. This is why companies in China like NIO is so popular, is because NIO not only focuses on EV vehicles, but also they also focus on heavily on software because their software is so good. It's hands-free driving. They're working with Intel to work for robotaxi. This is why NIO's market cap is surging to like 50-60 billion dollars. This is why it surged past Ford. And even when there's a short seller saying that NIO stock goes down, the stock doesn't go down because NIO has autopilot, it has battery manufacturing, etc. So Tesla is honestly in a really, really good spot, and I'm not afraid at all. Keep in mind, Tesla joining the S&P 500 is a pretty big deal. And the really crazy thing is they joined the S&P 500 and then grew during one of the worst economic times that we have seen, during a pandemic. And during pandemics, you have a lot of companies that would not be increasing their work efficiency. They have a lot of companies that would not be increasing quarterly reports. We have so many companies in the S&P 500 where they lost millions, even billions of dollars during this pandemic. And there's a lot of companies out there, for example, Zoom, Amazon, Apple. Yes, they made a ton of money, but they're super techie companies. And no one will ever thought of that a car manufacturer selling luxury $40,000 electric vehicles could be seeing this sort of insane growth. And partly is because Tesla is mostly branded as a tech company than anything else. And Tesla pretty much has a lot of different side branches. If Tesla simply makes electric vehicles and nothing else, well, they're in trouble. But because they have so much catalyst piling up, the stock just simply doesn't want to tank. In this video series, we talked multiple times about how Tesla's opening up battery factories, new cars, gigafactories, etc. All these things are factoring into the stock price, and therefore the stock did not really drop. And guess what? After being included into the S&P 500, now it's worth nearly $500 billion. It's nearly $500 billion market cap. It's the biggest car manufacturer in the world. You could put two Toyota companies together, and it wouldn't even be big as Tesla. Absolutely insane. Last but not least is a Tesla solar roof. This is going to be powering some really insane neighborhood projects. And at this current moment, if you guys don't know what this is, Musk announced it like several months ago. It's pretty much like this solar panel that looks like a ceiling tile. You know how like when you walk around neighborhoods, you see solar panels that literally pop out from the roof. It obviously looks like a solar panel, and a lot of people don't like that because it really ruins the aesthetic of like the roofs. Well, Tesla came out with their own Tesla solar roof. It's pretty much this tile that looks like a regular roofing tile, and it pretty much is a solar panel. If you have a Tesla Powerwall on the side, well, it stores energy, and it's also pretty cool. At this current moment, you do have Ensor Place. This is a neighborhood that's new construction. Phase 1, it will be making 45 homes. The crazy thing is all 45 homes that's making will be having the Tesla solar roof on it and also a Tesla Powerwall on the side. That way, not only can you get energy from the sun, but you can also store it for future use. Construction is scheduled to begin in early 2021, and because Tesla reduced the price of the solar roof tiles and also made the product way more available in the US market, you have a lot of companies right now going for this because that seems very appealing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will spend top dollar to get a fully clean neighborhood that's made from Tesla Powerwalls and also Tesla solar panels. It's pretty awesome. This neighborhood is like in Mississippi, and they're making this place, this exclusive neighborhood. It's most likely going to be pretty expensive. It's going to be having 45 homes, and it could grow to 100 and 150 homes when development is complete. Once again, every home is getting the Tesla solar roof and also a Powerwall on the side. It's pretty awesome, honestly, if you ask me. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and comment below.